The temperature seems like it's rising out there as far as everybody trying to figure out who's going to be that team that's going to come out the SWAC that's going to represent the Celebration Bowl this upcoming season. I'm going to be honest with you. I got 3 teams that are sleepers. I'm going to talk about one of those teams in this show that we're going to get into here shortly. But it seems like this team has thrown everything in front of themselves to keep them from elevating in the manner which, they have the possibility of doing. And I was hoping this season was going to be that breakthrough season because, when you got them coaches out there that can give you that oomph, that really keep you just charged up as far as what are you expecting to hear from them next? What type of moves are you looking for the team to pull off that's going to put them in position for them to get back and win another SWAC championship? And then all of a sudden it's mass chaos and total confusion. I mean, it's almost like I'm looking at the movie Life right now where Can't Get Right is going to go off into the sunset, go play baseball, leaving Claude and behind, where they was the ones that helped get them there. But all of a sudden, it's like the plan just goes up in smoke. Well, guys, we're going to talk about exactly who this team I'm talking about right after this. Favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's not but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing. Because they're like, what? Coach, what the heck you talking about? Boy, hey, look, you've been coming out here with some spaced out stuff. What exactly you got going on here? Listen, I watched a couple of spring games, and in the spring games, you can tell what the offense capabilities are, what you could possibly expect from them. Not necessarily the play or what they're going to really look like when it's all put together. And I'm going to be honest with you, looking at some of the game type situations that some of these games were in, some of these spring games, showed that there's some things that still need to be worked out here. And, when you want to put them in game type scenarios where you're going to see exactly how they would react when the game is on the line, it makes you wonder, okay, is this the one? Is this the guy I'm going to go with as far as with putting him out there to lead the program on, when the season starts? Now, I'm sitting here looking at this thing like, okay, what's really happening here? The one team that I watched this spring, I watched the Alabama A&M team that left me a little bit confused. I'm going to be honest with you. Because the running game is still intact. I mean, they showed that they can get out there and run the ball with the running backs that they have out there on the field. Now, the one thing that I did see that kind of bothered me a little bit was the fact that they didn't have any receivers that were a little more lanky in stature as far as, taller than 6'1", receivers that's 6'3", 6'4". Why do I say that? Because looking at everybody, looking at other teams within the SWAC, they're getting big defensive backs that's going to be out there on the field looking to keep your smaller receivers from getting the ball. So that means there's going to be a lot more crossing routes and things of that nature that we probably see Alabama A&M run within their offensive system, which, that could possibly help their receivers get free out there on the field. And I'm just looking at, like I said before, I'm just looking at how this all is panning out. I'm just like, oh, okay, Coach, I feel you. The reason why I'm looking at, looking at it from this standpoint, Alabama A&M, they got another receiver that's coming to the program, A.J. Toney, coming to Middle Tennessee State University, coming to the program. This young man, he played last season, but he didn't have, stat-wise, it wasn't, something that I expected to see as far as we're coming into this program, looking at how Coach Maynard and the offensive staff, the offensive coordinator are looking to, get this team on track as far as what's going on. Now, don't get me wrong here. Looking at what they were able to do last season, especially with the addition of Duke Miller from Jackson State, wide receiver. He's 6'1". He can come out there and help them spread the field out as well. So I'm looking at this thing as far as possibly they're trying to put more speed out there on the field that's going to keep defenders a little off, keep them off pace as far as we're being able to cover them. But you got to understand one thing. Looking at speed versus height, the height can recover a little bit quicker than the speed because they have the length. They have the length to reach out there and smack balls down. They had the length to get out there and, intercept passes, keeping those wide receivers from catching balls, let alone if you put them in a situation where it's a 50-50 ball and that defensive back can, maneuver themselves where they're in between the receiver and the ball. Guess who's going to come down with the ball 9 times out of 10? The defensive back. So this is, something that kind of just shook me up a little bit like, okay, coach, what we got going on here? But then the other matter was, I'm like, I'm just trying to understand what's going on with the team because normally you'll hear Coach Maynard giving a little smiggity smack as far as with something that's going on this upcoming season, looking at what can we expect? And I'm not really hearing nothing from my coach over there that I love when he get to talking that stuff, boy. You better watch out because that means he got something brewing over there and he's looking to come knock your block off when he team line up against you this upcoming season. It just seems like it's a little too quiet over there for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. I'm expecting to hear Norma, Alabama just off the chain right now. I mean, y'all should be echoing all the way back in daggone Atlanta, Georgia, where I can hear you loud and clear. And I'm not hearing nothing right now. But it seems like there's a competition at the quarterback position that's brewing with incoming transfer. I believe this young man, he might have been there last year. He might be a first-year transfer. Young man that's coming from Miami of Ohio. He's coming into the program. He's looking to set his sights on becoming the starting quarterback over Langford, who's been in the program since he was a freshman. He was the number 2 behind Akil Glass. So really just trying to understand exactly what's going on with that from that standpoint because he's been in the system for so long. He competed against Quincy Casey last year. He showed that, he was able to get out there and play the quarterback position and lead the team on the victory. It seems like this young man has a true grasp on the offense, and I believe you guys have heard me say that time and time again. Watching him out there on the field, just move that team up and down the field when that offense was sputtering. When he came into the game, he found a way to get them going. If it was him running the ball or him making a pass him throwing a pass to a Bulldog receiver, allowing them to, continue to keep moving those chains and get them in position to score points. It's almost like this young man is willing to just have laser focus, put the team on his back and go. So there's no telling what's going on with that. But then you got to keep in mind as well, they have the Bulldogs have a lot of quarterback talent over there. They got the young man that's he should be a sophomore this year. He came in from Redford, Michigan, the quarterback that he had expected to see him out there on the field, who was Corey Chavis. A lot of people were looking to see this young man get some burn out there last season as well, which that didn't happen. So now you got Tucker High School, Jamar Graham, who's 6'8", 255 pounds. He's coming into the program. This young man can throw the ball a ton. So we're going to see exactly how all of this is going to be set up. I get coaches building for now as well as the future, but I'm just trying to figure out exactly what's in the gumbo, coach. Help me understand what's in the gumbo. You got you the Bulldogs over there. We need to see some stuff going on because we definitely want to, people are looking to see exactly what you guys are going to do this season. The record that you had last year, Bulldogs record last season was 5-6. Which, many of us would say the team is a little bit better than 5-6. I honestly believe, and that's the reason why I picked them as one of my sleepers for this upcoming season, because of the fact that they have so many pieces over there that if they find a way to put it together and make some things work, it could be lights out for a lot of folks. And God knows the Magic City Classic between Alabama State and Alabama A&M is going to be one to watch because of the fact that Coach Maynard has lost the last couple. And you know what? You already know Coach Eddie Robinson over there at Alabama State. He's looking to come in there and make sure he go ahead and keep that goose egg on you, continuing on to move his Alabama State team onto another victory in that game as well. So we're going to see exactly how that's going to go. The Bulldogs will have a new defensive coordinator at the helm this upcoming season on the sidelines with Coach Maynard. Coach Thomas Howard, who came over from South Carolina State University. He also coached over at North Carolina A&T, was a part of the teams that was going back-to-back to the Celebration Bowl from the MEAC years ago. Now, one thing that I did look at when it came to his defense last season at South Carolina State, the opposing team's offense rushing the ball, they were averaging 3.5 yards per game. That which is pretty low. I like how that like the way that moved. And I like the temperature that they had as far as with having folks out there on the field that can make some things work. Now, don't get it twisted. South Carolina State defense did have some athletes that were injured over there last season, but, you know, again, it's always next man up. So we're going to see exactly how things work out for Thomas and the Bulldogs defense this upcoming season. They did allow 201 yards passing per game last season, so that's going to be something else to, you know, keep in mind as well against opposing teams in the SWAC this upcoming season. Again, this is going to be a tough season for everybody, especially getting in here trying to understand the concepts and, you know, the concepts and things that these coaches are going to put in front of these athletes for them to learn them on the fly, get used to the language and the lingo that they're going to have for them out there on the field when it comes to play calling and things of that nature. This is why I stated before, if everything falls into place with this Alabama A&M football team, it's going to be scary. One thing that I did forget about the offense for Alabama A&M, they were fifth in the SWAC rushing the ball last season, as well as third throwing the ball, and that was with two quarterbacks. So could we possibly see a dual quarterback setup again this season? Maybe, but it, like I stated earlier, and I may have stated it, I may not, but I'm going to state it now. It seems as if somehow, some way, the OC is just not trusted Langford out there on the field running the show. I don't understand it, but like I stated before, this young man was behind Akil Glass when he was there. He was the number 2 to Glass. There's no way in the world that this young man should not be in pocket to do what he needs to do to make sure he continues to move that Alabama A&M team forward to get them back in position to win another Celebration Bowl to win another SWAC championship as well as a Celebration Bowl championship, as Akil Glass did before he walked off into the sunset to do, you know, bigger and better things. Comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are as far as what do you expect the Alabama A&M team to do this season. Coach Maynard is my guy. Like I stated before, I like the competitiveness that he brings to the game, as well as, you know, the liveliness as far as, you know, him when he get to talking that stuff, boy, y'all better look out. So like I said before, if Coach Maynard get to popping off and talking a little stuff, that means he got something brewing, and y'all better be on the lookout for it, because he's coming to get you. And I think he's trying to set some things up where he's able to come back and get a little get back from all of those losses and the extra smack talk that he'd had to, you know, suffer and take over the past couple of years. You know how coaches get. Sometimes they feel like, hey, I got to get me some get back on what all's going down, because this here, you know, you caught me on a bad day, but now I'm back. We're going to do what we need to do. But, guys, Coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.